It's not just the MPs and security and energy that the Russians and the Chinese are allegedly interfering with. According to reports out today, the royal family have also been victim to this. China and Iran are fueling online conspiracy theories and disinformation about the Princess of Wales, according to a report today on the front of the Daily Telegraph.
Well, this comes as senior royals rally to support the King and the Princess of Wales, who are undergoing their cancer treatment. Let's now go to royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams on all of this. Richard, good morning. Very nice to see you, my friend. The stories that we're seeing in the front of the papers today, front page of the Telegraph, as Isabel says, China and Russia behind slurs on Princess. Does it surprise you?
No, it doesn't, because I think the trolling online was so vicious, so vituperative, so thoroughly nasty, that it was always going to continue. And I mean, you've not only got certain groups who have a vested interest in attacking the Princess of Wales, and indeed it's been ghastly in recent weeks. I mean, one has to bear in mind, of course, that not only that, but also the fact that from the New York Times downward, this became a worldwide story. You had this ghastly business of, for example, so-called sightings and when they occurred. And, of course, the reports, the London clinic, that there were attempts to access medical records. I mean, this takes it a stage further and shows it to be organised by, or possibly organised by, hostile powers.
The idea that, spreading slurs about the royal family could be seen to destabilise society. I mean, they're not in power, they don't have control over our finances or anything like that, but there is such strong affection, they think, in this country that it could destabilise us. What do you make of that?
Well, I think it's clear what they find somewhat threatening. If you look at our primary source of soft power, a royal trip abroad, the royal family, and the fact that they have a unique profile. I mean, it's the highest of any royal family, and indeed our royal family probably has a higher profile, bar possibly those in the White House, and of course they change. So I think it's in the interest of a hostile state, if they could possibly spread or continue to spread misinformation, that they would do so. And it does seem that there may well be something in this area that, well, let's hear what they've discovered, because clearly it is, if you've got a particular family and you've got this international interest, if you could, these slurs, if they continue, I mean, very clearly it is in the interest of Britain's enemies.
I agree with you, Richard. I mean, think about it. All the pictures we're looking at there of Easter, of Christmas, and the royal family turn up, they do their duties, everything that's supposed to happen. And then if it's put into our mind, it won't always be like this. I remember I read quite a lot last week about Kate being the hope for the royal family. I was thinking the only hope. No, she's not, but she's a massive part of it, definitely. But I agree with everything Richard is saying there, viewers and listeners.
And I think that's why I often say on this programme I like royal stories, because they tend to have a positive slant. They lift the spirit. They're doing things that are good. And absolutely, they are reassuring. So I agree with both of you, I have to say. And I wonder what our audience at home says. I suspect they'll agree with us on that as well. Can we just get your thoughts? Because neither Eamon nor I have been in since this devastating revelation on Friday night about the Princess of Wales and her health. What was your reaction? I mean, I still feel really sad every time I see pictures of her. I genuinely feel sad and really worried, and I really look forward to hearing that she's got rid of it and doing well. How do you feel about it?
She hasn't got cancer.
Oh.
But she hasn't got cancer. Right. She's been treated. They found something which was taken away. That was all taken away, so it's not in her body. She's having preventative treatment in case that was to reoccur. But she hasn't got cancer.
But nonetheless, I found it tremendously difficult to watch. I mean, millions have been affected by this malign disease, my own family included, and it was so moving. I would say that it's perhaps the most courageous statement, a video message of the sort when she was so clearly vulnerable, that's ever been put out by a public figure in Britain. It was very moving. The message also that she got across was that other cancer sufferers could go, so to speak, on a journey with her, and a plea for time and space echoes of Diana's 1993 speech, but also privacy, which has been so important. And one looks at recent weeks and, well, months, and where there's been so much speculation, it's been a positive tsunami. It must have been desperately stressful. She talked of tough times. No one could possibly have had a tougher time when you have a major operation and you recover, and then you have to go through preventative chemotherapy for cancer. It's absolutely awesome that she was able to do that. And I say, a certain vulnerability there that was so poignant.
Richard, thank you very much indeed for your views and your opinions. It'll have got people talking today. I think not only has she come through all of that, but she then had to explain to her children, and as best as she could, what was happening, what the situation was. And I think that journey that so many people suffer this awful, hideous disease, and that she's saying, look, I'm on part of this journey with you, I think that gets a lot of support from people, and they maybe no longer feel that they are on their own, that there is someone else who understands what they're doing.
Lots of children will look to Louis, Charlotte and George and think that they know what they're going through. And I also want to say, you know, my heart goes out to Prince William, because we all know the trauma that he went through, losing his mum. He's got the weight of the world on his shoulders, becoming king. He's lost his grandmother not so long ago. Now his father's got cancer. And now the love of his life, mother of his children, also seriously unwell. It must be very, very difficult for him. And as you say, all of those people going on a journey with the Princess of Wales. But I'm sure there are lots of people holding their families together with all of that responsibility, feeling very stressed as well. So send in your thoughts about that, GBVs.
And if you are going through it, our thoughts are with you, because we all know someone. We all sit and say, have you been affected by this awful disease? And we all have somebody, a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, whatever, an auntie, whatever, who's gone through this, and we'll all have a story to tell about it.